Next up, we have my friend Trisha Maas from Cineo Lighting. I'd like to tell you a little bit of something interesting I found out about Trish recently. She likes to jump out of airplanes and off cliffs, either skydiving or with a, what do you call it, a fly suit?
A wingsuit. A wingsuit.
A wingsuit.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it. What I find really interesting about that practice and that discipline is, surprisingly, there's actually a lot of similarities between what we do there and what we do here in lighting. Understanding gear, having the right tools for the job, rigging, lots of rigging. And then sometimes just trusting yourself and knowing that there's art in it and it's not always just technical execution. So
And
I
taking
find
chances.
the balance. I guess there's less extreme ways to do it.
So now I'd like you to tell us about her lighting. And I also want to introduce Jamel Northern. Jamel's a filmmaker and member of DCS. And today he's playing on-camera model as a favor to us. So thank you, Jamel.
Yeah, and thanks
Take
for
it
the
away.
offer for having somebody. I didn't expect it, but I think it actually works out pretty well. I need a friend. As Jim said, my name is Trisha Maas. I'm with Cineo Lighting. Cineo's been in the business now for about 6 years. We started with remote phosphor technology. We've always been in the LED field, but most importantly, we've always really focused on making quality white light that's developed for camera capture. I think as we all know, there's different types of light in this world, and there's different tools for the job. Sometimes you want something to have a lot of dynamic range and color, but everything that we've always built ourselves on has been clean white light and putting that in front of a camera. Recently, we have been working with NBC Universal. We've developed a number of different products for them, monikered under the Lightblade brand. You may or may not have heard of that, but we're definitely developing a number of different fixtures and luminaires for them. So while we do have a good history of working with remote phosphor, the True Color series, the HS series, Maverick, Matchboxes, things like that, everything I want to show you today are things that fall under the Lightblade moniker and what we're doing with that quality white light, but also bringing in the ability to get some of the art and flair that color can give us in dynamic spaces too. So the first fixture I'm going to show you, well, actually every fixture I'm going to show you is Lightblade, but it's in different types of forms and configurations. This unit over here, I find this one really interesting. It's actually made up of 2 individual bars, like this one. These are 80-watt, 2-foot fixtures each. So this little guy up here is 160-watt light that's, again, delivering that white light quality. What we've done in that is dialed out a lot of the complication of user interfaces and made it so it's a very system-oriented approach. A lot of what we do, in addition to cinema, is also in news and broadcasts and set look environments, interview situations, things like that. So this fixture and its form factor, and why I was really happy to have a model, is seating itself really well in these low-grid studios, these 8-foot, 10-foot ceilings. You need to nook something in the corner. You need something very quality. You need something very soft, but you don't want to be bringing in something too heavy or too intense. So I'm actually running this on an app because why not? Everybody's going to apps these days, and wireless interfaces are all there. So this guy at full bore, this is a full, 95-foot candles at 10 feet that I'm able to get out of this on clean white light. Every product that we do goes from 2700 Kelvin to 6500 Kelvin. I prefer something in the 32 range, so I'll leave that right there. Also, everything that we do in the Lightblade range has full color saturation. As you can see, I can go all the way to reds, greens, blues, anywhere in between. Or just a slight saturation can give you a little bit of that gelling effect that we're all looking for. These units are put together with RJ45 connectors. I think a lot of people are starting to see that 5-pin DMX is becoming a cumbersome thing in rigging spaces. So everything is always looped through in the regards this way. This unit behind me is the LB800. Let me turn that down for you. Sorry. There you go. That better? Okay, cool. This unit behind me is the LB800. It is built actually of 10 of these on the inside of it. And so as you can see, I can get lots of control over it. If you're using it as a top light, as you're using it in massive studio spaces, and you want to get movement and effects and range out of it, it could be something as pretty as a rainbow or something more organic like water, things like that. And then of course, if you wanted to, you can take it over to a white light range and turn it up. So it has a lot of output for its space. It's an 800 watt fixture. There we go. Sorry, there's a little Wi-Fi delay happening because there's so many of us in here. Now stop blinding you. Everything that we're doing with this guy is, sorry, I'm still not catching up. There it is. Everything that we're doing with this is working with the 5-pin XLR that we're used to for networking. The backside of it is actually a Raspberry Pi running a Linux program. So this is a full-bore computer. Where we're going with lighting, rather than just being power on and power off, but looking at IP addressing, look at streaming ACN for networking, looking at different types of firmware control, and really how we can get the full range of the dynamic dance out of these lights is pretty interesting to me. And so yeah, Cineo's excited. We're excited to be working with such an awesome partner that's giving us the ability to bring out different tools to fit so many different types of lighting environments, to be able to honor our base of making really quality white light, but then again, bring a little bit more art to the dance in our color spaces. If you guys have any questions and you want to touch anything, I am right over here in the corner, and I look forward to it.